My name is E. Joseph Cossman, and during this program, I'm going to show you some little-known secrets that brought me over $25 million. I know that sounds like an amazing statement, but by the end of this program, you will know three things. You will know how I did it, you will know how my students did it, and most important of all, you will know how you can do it. In addition to those rewards, you will get something else by watching this program. If you are locked into a 9-to-5 job, this program will show you how to break out of that mold and start an enterprise on your own without quitting your job. If you are in your own business, this program will show you how to increase your business without increasing your overhead. And if you are starting in business for the very first time, regardless of your age, your color, your education, your financial condition, this program will show you how to take your abilities and turn that into an enterprise that will support you in style for the rest of your life. Some time ago, I found the tooling for this spud gun, advertised in a trade magazine. What is a spud gun? It's a little toy pistol that shoots potato pellets from an ordinary potato. Perfectly harmless because the nibs of the potato is 98% water and will not harm a child. I bought the tooling for this gun, the molds, for $500. And in 6 months, I sold over 2 million spud guns. I've had 20 big winners in my lifetime. I call a winner any product I sold 1 million or more of. You want to know something interesting? Out of those 20 winners, I only created 2 of them. The other 18 I found from manufacturers who did not know how to market, and I got the exclusive rights to those other 18. But to get back to the 2 that I did create, one of them was the famous ant farm. The ant farm is a scientific toy used by children to watch ants working underground. I guess almost every school in the country now has an ant farm in its science class. Today, my brother-in-law sells at least 1 million ant farms a year. And this is what happens when you have control of a product. Another thing you can do, you can spread out that product. Once we had the ant farm on the market, we introduced it over in Europe. This is a French ant farm. How many times have you read a newspaper or a magazine and found a story in there describing an interesting product or service? And you say to yourself, that would make a good product or service to put on the market. And you don't do anything about it, you just turn the page. Well, that'll never happen to you again after taking my home study course, because I'm going to show you an example that will stay in your mind for the rest of your life. What is it? Some time ago, I was reading an article in the paper describing a product called Halt, used by mailmen to prevent dog bites. A ferocious dog approaches the mailman. The mailman merely squirts in the dog's face. It disorients the dog for 10 minutes with no ill effect to the animal. I wrote to the people who made this product and I asked them, could you make a similar product for me called Rebuff? I want women to carry it in their purse as a deterrent in case they get mugged. The people on the phone said, no problem. We'll put it in the same container. We'll even put your name on and you'll look like the manufacturer. I want you to know that in 6 months, I sold 300,000 Rebuff at $2.98 each. On my word of honor, I never met the manufacturer. I never visited his factory. All I did was send him labels, and he did the drop shipping for me. Now, could you do something like that with my direction? You certainly could.
Now, speaking of success, I see here that you have what you call 10 steps to success. Could you give us those 10 steps to success?
Yes, Robert. As I look back on my business career, and it was very, very successful, I realized that I had been subconsciously following 10 steps from the very beginning. And these steps are applicable to anyone watching this program. If you want to start a business or you already are in business, these steps are applicable. The first step is to realize that you're going to go into business. By that I mean you can't write to all the sources I give you on tablet paper. You must look like you're in business. So the first step would be to get some business stationery printed. isn't a big investment. Get maybe 500 letterheads printed, 500 envelopes printed, so you can correspond with the business world.
I see.
The second step is to find a product or service. The only criteria I want you to follow is don't touch a product or service unless you get a proprietary interest in it. What I mean by that is don't touch anything unless every time it's sold, part of the profit has to come back to you. If it doesn't come back to you, don't touch it. This immediately eliminates all the Mickey Mouse ways people try to make money. The third step is to, once you've found a product, test it before you put money into it. Is it any good? Does it follow certain rules and criteria that I tell you to follow? After testing, the fourth step is to protect it. And your government has several excellent ways of protecting your ideas and products through patents, copyrights, and trademarks. After you've protected the item, you're now ready to test it on the market by putting out publicity releases. And the reason I want you to do publicity releases is it's a very inexpensive way of marketing and producing and distributing your product before you spend money on ads. The sixth way is 22 different ways to sell your product or service. If you look around at the different people that are marketing today, you'll find out that they only sell their product 2 or 3 conventional ways. They'll sell to a wholesaler who sells to a storekeeper who sells to the consumer. Yet there are 22 different ways, and believe me, you don't need the exclusive rights to all 22 ways. One way in your field of interest can support